And we're gonna start off lying down on our mat today. So if you wanna make your way into that, just take as much time as you need to. I'm gonna be facing side, so I'll kind of start us in that. As we come down to our mat, we're just gonna take a moment here to just kind of take our back in and out of neutral spine, so we kind of move from there. So we're gonna walk the feet in a little bit closer toward our hips. Make sure that the feet are down and grounded, the knees are straight up. And then as we're here, we're just kind of starting in our neutral spine. So allow yourself to take a moment here where you can rest your hands at your belly and start to feel your breath as it moves in through the body. Usually our breath, kind of when we're relaxed, is more of that belly breath. So when we start to draw our belly button down to the spine, and this is without moving the spine, draw in a little bit more with trying to close the ribs and connect that. And then you'll feel here like you're able to breathe a little bit more through the chest and allow your belly to stay in. But from here, if we contract our abs a little bit and move our back, we'll notice a little bit more movement here. So if you tilt your pelvis and you drop your back into the mat and we go out of our neutral spine and into imprint, we'll notice that we're able to press down, and we can usually draw in a little bit tighter. So if you feel that here, notice the difference. Go into your neutral spine again, which we have the back off the floor, right? Low back into the floor. And then we go into our imprint where we take the back down, and we kind of tilt the pelvis a little bit to do that. So do that just a couple more times. Take your spine into neutral and then tilt. So it's almost like my pelvis moves, but my bones here, my hips kind of tilt back a little bit. So they tilt back to allow that to happen. So I'm gonna do that one more time. I'm gonna tilt and hold, and I'm gonna squeeze in a little bit tighter to hold. And then we're just gonna take our legs up to tabletop. So legs at tabletop. And even here, just feeling that same thing, making sure we have that connection. We're gonna go into our 100. So we're gonna reach our arms up first, and then as we exhale, we're gonna come up, we're gonna curl the body up to the top. We're reaching our hands toward our feet, so reaching away. Make sure here, if you need to release your head and shoulders down, you always can. If you'd like your legs extended, you can do that, and you can even lower them down to your working angle. We're just gonna pump the arms wherever we are, okay? So inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, draw your abs tighter. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, we're halfway there. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and exhale out. This is our last one, so take a deep breath in, and then from here, go ahead and bend your knees. Bring your knees in, and then let your head and shoulders come down. So we're gonna go from here, that way we can stretch into our single leg stretch. So we're gonna start with our right knee in, left leg extended. I'm gonna take my left hand to my knee and right hand to my ankle, pull, pull, and then switch. I'm gonna go to the other side, hold it just for a moment like we did on the other side, pull, pull, switch. Good, pull, pull. I keep my head and shoulders lifted for this, so notice I'm not moving at all in the upper body. If you want to keep your head and shoulders down, you can totally do that, whatever is working for you as you're here. So we're gonna go ahead and just do a few more like this. And then on your next one here, when you have that right knee and hands behind the head, left elbow crosses to the right knee, and then twist across to the other side. So abs are in really tight, draw your belly button to your spine, and make sure that you get that rotation through the waist, ribs, and chest. So I'm really turning the body here as I move the upper body, right? My lower body is staying, my hips are not turning, and I'm staying for our last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and then head and shoulders come down here, and this is where we can kind of stretch a little bit at that mat stretch working. So we're gonna stretch the legs really long. This is usually really tight for us, especially because if it's morning, right, which it is, and we're working here, it's a little bit tighter for us to work. So I'm working to press my feet, kind of like I'm pushing my heels up into the ceiling, and I'm working into my quadriceps. So the front of my thigh is helping me extend. And then from here, I'm gonna go ahead and lift head and shoulders. Lift up and hold it here. And you can do that, or you can keep head and shoulders down, up to you. We're gonna take the right leg in and we're gonna stretch here. If you need to still hold down here, you can. Otherwise, reach up toward the ankle. You're gonna pull, and then you're gonna switch here. You're gonna take your left leg and pull, and switch, and pull, right leg, and switch, and left leg, and switch. So we're working here, but we get to stretch too. So active stretching throughout most of everything we do today. That's what we're working on. So we're gonna go ahead and just do a few more. Now, kind of the same way we did with our single leg stretch, I want you to take the hands behind the head. We're gonna cross the left elbow over toward the right leg, and then twist right elbow over toward left leg. So we're gonna keep twisting here. That way we're kind of stretching through the legs, getting a rotation, abs working. Good. So we only have 4 more like this. 3, 2, and last one. And then we're gonna bend the knees and come down. So we can bend the knees into the chest. We're gonna take the feet down into the mat. So now with the feet down, we're gonna add a little stretch here. So we're gonna take the right ankle, cross it over the left knee, flex the foot. So hopefully here, we're working on opening up that knee outward so we can hold here. My hips are gonna stay level, and make sure your left foot is not out too far. Bring it in a little bit closer and toward the body, so over toward the midline, hands are down. We're gonna push into the floor with that foot, and then we're gonna go ahead and lift. I like to make sure, again, usually you'll see me in a bridge, level my hands, or level my hips by bringing my hands to my hip bones. So I'm kind of bringing my right hip up a little higher. So the right hip is the one that's gonna want to sink down in this. This is where I just like to level, draw abs in tighter, because this is not an overarching of the spine. In Pilates, we're staying with our shoulders to our hips, to our knees, staying here nice and strong. Now, you're gonna come down a little bit with the hips, and then lift a little bit. And come down a little bit, and then lift a little bit, okay? So important here, we are not overarched, so our neck is not gonna really be hurting if we're moving our head side to side, but it is best to keep looking straight up as you're here. We're gonna stay for 4 more. Good, last 3, 2 more, and then hold your last one. Hold it up at the top and extend your right leg all the way up to the ceiling. Flex your foot and lower the leg to about a 45-degree angle, and then point and lift. And flex and lower, point and lift. And we're just gonna keep the hips up as we do this. Draw the belly button to spine. We're gonna do 4 more. Keep the control. Nice, 3, 2 more. Last one. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the foot down, lift the hips higher, really lift as much as you can with both feet on the floor. Usually you'll get a little higher, then lower down through the spine. Take as much time as you need to. I like to kind of press each part of my back into the mat, releases a lot of good tension. We're gonna take the left foot up, so my left ankle crosses over my right knee. I'm gonna flex my foot to protect the knee and let that knee work outward. Hands can come to my hip bones or can stay on the floor as we start, but we are gonna lift up the hips, bridge here. So my knee is opening. That's gonna make my left hip want to sink down. I like to, again, level from my hips, draw the belly button to spine, and hold here. Now when I'm here, I can go ahead and come down about halfway, and lift to the top, and come down about halfway, and lift to the top. So working a little bit here through the spine, but I'm taking that movement and I'm adding the ab work here by keeping my leg up, and I'm working down halfway and back up, so I'm squeezing a little bit more in the glutes as I lift. When we finish with our last two, we're gonna stay at the top. So here, staying up at the top, extend that left leg all the way up, flex the foot. I'm gonna keep my hips level. I'm gonna come down about halfway and point and lift and flex, lower and lift and flex, lower and lift. We only have 4 more. Good. Last 3. Hips are level. Good. 2. Last 1. Okay, foot comes down, hips come up a little bit higher, lift, lift. And then from here, lower down through the spine. Take as much time as you need to come all the way down. And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and take the knees to straighten. So straighten the legs out, stretch the arms overhead. As you exhale here, scoop your abs in and roll up. See if you can roll all the way up with control. Scooping your abs in, pull belly button to spine. Really roll all the way forward. Good. Come all the way up. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and bend the knees, and we're just gonna move the feet to one side. So we're gonna start some plank work this morning. So we're gonna come into our first plank. We're gonna do a short plank. So my hands are gonna stay right underneath my shoulders, and my knees are gonna stay in line with my hips. So my arms are gonna stay nice and long here, so I'm not gonna stay with bent arms like this. So I'm gonna roll my shoulders down and back, elbows back, and then toes tuck in to lift my knees just about an inch off the floor. I like to stay pretty low when I do this, and then I can move from there. So I'm lengthened through the crown of my head, my belly is pulling in and up. Knees come down to the mat, knees lift. Knees come down, knees lift. Good, knees down, knees lift. And just working here a little bit to get our core stronger. And we're gonna stay 4 more. Nice, 3, 2 more. And then hold up at your last one. Walk your feet back if you can to your full plank. If you need to, you can always take your knees down for this. So draw your belly in and up. Hold here, lengthen through the crown of the head. As you exhale, we're gonna stretch back. So we're gonna stretch, big stretch back. Tailbone comes up, and I'm working my chest toward my thighs. I'm gonna widen the space between my feet so that I can stretch even further back. So as I'm here, this is my down dog. My heels are working down because I'm kind of working the front of my thigh back and the front of my shin back. So from here, knees are gonna come down, and you're gonna face me. So we get to face forward here. We're gonna do some side planking and some movement from here. So I'm gonna have you start so you're on your right side. So I'm gonna move over to my other side so you can see. We're gonna come down here. Right hand is underneath the right shoulder. We're gonna do a lot of work on the right leg. So we're gonna start in a side plank. This is kind of modified side plank, right? My knee is underneath my hip, my hand is under my shoulder, and I'm holding here. Now, if it feels good, step your foot. So your bottom foot steps back, you can cross the feet. Good, so hold here. Now, your option, if you are here, see if you can lift the hips really high, take that arm down and through, and then pike up the hips that way, and then come back into your side plank. And then you're gonna twist again, pike up the hips, right? If you are on your knee and you wanna stay here, you can still kind of move from here. See if you can come down. You won't be really piking up the hips, but you can move that way, okay? So whatever's working for you. See how your body feels this morning. So we're gonna do our last 3. Good. Exhale, really exhale to turn. 2. Nice. Last one. And then from here, hold 1 more breath, then take your bottom knee down. My top hand is gonna come behind my head, and my top leg is gonna come up and down, and up, and down. So I'm working here through my hip, through my outer thigh, but I'm drawing my abs in. I'm gonna feel a lot of work in the waistline too. So that's good, right? We want to feel it in the leg though too. So staying here for your last 5. Good. 4 more. 3 and 2. And then hold your last one up. Now we're going to go ahead here and I want you to swing that leg forward. Notice my hip drops back and then I'm going to bring my hip forward as I kick my leg back. So I'm moving here, working with my abs to control this. I come back as my leg comes forward and then I move my hips forward as my leg comes back. So leg is working, right? We're feeling it. 4 more. Good. 3 more. Last 2. Good. Last one. Hold the leg up, hold it up, up, up. Little pulse, flex the foot, little pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to turn. We're going to keep the leg up, but we're going to turn forward. So my hands come under my shoulder, my left foot comes back, so I'm holding in a nice long line here. And we're just going to keep that leg up. We're going to take it down to the mat. We're going to lift it up and down and lift. Working here, my arms are staying straight. That way they're not buckling and I don't feel pressure in my shoulder. Abs are up and in, so pulling up toward my body. And the ribs, you don't want the ribs to just flare out, so you want to draw up a little bit more from the floor. Good. So we get to do this 5 more times. And 4. Hopefully feeling it, right? 3 and 2. Hold the leg up, flex the foot. We're going to take that leg, bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Nice. Bend, straighten, bend. We're going to finish off here with 4. Nice. 3. So standing leg, that knee that's bent, that's already working too to support our bodies. When we finish with our last one, you're going to hold that leg to straight. Your elbow here, your left elbow, because that's the one that's going to face me, is going to come down, right? So you're going to come down that way. Good. Now when you're holding down here, I just want you to feel that lift of that leg as you hold. Take the other forearm down too now. Hold here. Now face the floor. You're going to bend that leg all the way in towards you, and I want you to really curl it in as tight as you can. Okay? So now knee comes down to the floor, then I'm going to press it up. And knee comes down to the floor, and I'm going to press. But I'm keeping that foot as tight as I can in toward my hip here, toward where I can work a little bit more, right? Trying to lift and work in the glutes. So 5 more like this. Good. 4. We should be feeling that too, right? 2. Good. Last one. And then we're going to go ahead and hold that leg up. Now I'm going to take my hand so that's closest to you. I'm going to press up on my hand, okay? And I'm going to lift my leg, extend it all the way out. So face me, turn toward the side. So my lifted leg is up, but I'm facing that direction, okay? So I'm facing toward my lifted leg, okay? I'm going to go ahead here and hold that leg up, and then I'm going to take it in toward my shoulder and press it back. Then I'm going to take it in, exhale, and bring it back. Good. Take it in and kick it back. Good. Take it in and kick it back. Good. So I'm on my back forearm. I'm on my front hand, so I'm facing side. That's what's keeping me working here. We're going to finish off with 4. You're doing great. Breathe here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, kick it out. Good. I think I lost count. We have a lot more. No, I'm kidding. Hold the leg out. Hold it up. Flex the foot. Little pulse. Pulse it up there. Hold it up. Good job. Come on. Yes, I know. Your standing leg too is like, I'm done. Stay for 5. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Foot comes down. I'm going to stay on this side, so I'm still working that top leg. So my forearm comes down, I'm coming in, I'm going right to that side. My knees are going to stay bent, okay? And I'm not lowering down through my ribs. I'm lifted up here, abs in, my top hand can come to my hip. I'm just going to lift here and lower. Now, I like to do these with a little side plank involved, right? If you like that, go for it. If you don't do it. I like it just, I like the way it feels, right? To add a little more side planking, I guess, that's my thing. So your option, but on your next one, I want you to hold your leg here and we're just gonna lift the whole leg up and down. The whole leg comes up and down. Very nice. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. And last one. Now, I'm gonna lower my hips down, but I'm gonna keep my ribs up. And then I'm gonna extend my top leg out. So I'm gonna lift that leg up and down. Take it up and down. I know at this point you're like, oh my gosh. I'm also gonna lower down as I'm doing this down to my forearm. So I can stay here. My arm won't feel that it's supporting my weight that way, okay? And that we can stay a little bit more. Now when we're working here, the object of our sideline Pilates is really to not rock in the upper body, it's to stabilize. And in order to stabilize, I'm drawing my abs in. So your transverse abdominals wrap around your back. They keep you really steady, but you can use your top hand. You can bring your top hand up if you feel like you don't need to steady, right? So on your next one, I want you to hold that leg up at hip height. Top hand can come in front because you'll need it here. Take the leg in front and then sweep it back, and then take it front and then sweep it back. So we're taking it front any amount. When I sweep mine back, I'm careful of how far back I move because it's not like my modified side plank on the knee work where my hip is moving. I'm not moving my hip at all, or I'm trying not to, right? So staying here for our last 4. Nice. 3. Hopefully this leg is done after this. 2. And 1. And then hold that leg out in front. Hold it in front. Flex the foot. Little pulse up and down. Little lift. Right, that's hard. We're staying with it though. We're almost there. Our legs should feel great after that, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Bend your knees, and then we'll go ahead here. Press yourself up. So press yourself up. Good. Now this is just where we're gonna kind of do some mermaid work here. I want you to cross. So this is your right foot. You're gonna have your shin basically level with the end of your mat. Your foot is flexed and up by your knee. So your other knee is out. You're gonna go ahead and turn away. So turn to your right here. As you turn to your right, you're gonna go ahead, bend in the elbows and come down a little bit, and then press your body up and open up the chest. Good, so we just get a little stretching here. I'm gonna keep my back hand down on the mat. I'm gonna open up to the side. Left arm reaches over my body. Come to the other side here. Other side, really nice big side stretch. Now, we're gonna come back to the other side. So right hand comes down under your shoulder. I want you to pick up your hips on your knee only, just to stretch, 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 and then come all the way down. Nice. So we can do that on the other side. We have an entire other side to do. That was our stretch in between. So basically, what I want you to know when we're starting on the other side is that your bottom leg here, this leg wasn't doing anything, but yet it was doing your stabilizing. So it will hurt first of all right away, okay? Not as easy as the first side. I'm gonna start on my knee. So I'm now on this side, I'm facing the other way. I'm on my right hand, or this is your left hand, probably for you, left side. So you're working here so you can work that left leg this time. So holding here, or right leg. Holding here, we're gonna step back to side plank. So my bottom foot crosses back, and I'm gonna lift my top arm. Remember, you can stay on the knees, or you can stay here. If you'd like to stay here, this is where we're gonna pike up the hips and twist. As you exhale, twist, 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 and come back. Inhale, exhale, pike up the hips and twist, big twist, and come back. If you're on your knee, it's a twist, right? Not a pike in the hips, but a twist. You'll still be able to work there. So your option, right? Do what feels right for your body. We have last 3. Good. Last 2. And last one right here, abs in tight, draw in and up, and then come back. Nice. My knee is gonna come down. So I'm back here, my top hand behind my head. Top leg is gonna come up and down. Bring it up and down. Good, abs in. We lift and lower. Nice, lift, lower, good. Working here, abs in. We're gonna finish off this side with 4 more. Good, 3, 2, hold the leg up, hold the leg up. Good, now you're gonna go ahead and kick forward. As you do, hip drops back. Press that leg back as your hip moves forward. Do that again. Hip comes back, hip moves forward. Good, come back, come forward. Abs are in, breathing here. Good, abs in as you work. 4 more. Good, last 3. 2 more. Last one here. Hold that leg back. I'm going to turn forward. So when I turn forward, hands are under my shoulders. My right foot, or my knee that's down on the mat, that foot lines up now with the knee. So I'm holding here. Now my foot's going to come all the way down to the mat and lift. All the way down and lift. Good. All the way down and lift. Lots more work. So we have this entire side to do, right? Want to keep it all in that same way that we were working last time. So even though, again, standing leg 2 is going to feel this a lot and fast, we're just going to kick through this for 4. Good, 3 and 2. Pull your belly up higher, 1, and then you're going to hold that leg up here, flex the foot. You're going to bring that knee in and then extend that leg. So I'm going to bend foot in toward my body and then extend. Keeping toes facing downward so that we're not using the hip for this, we're using just the glutes, right? Use the back of the leg. That's where we want to feel it. All right, 5 more. Still going. 30, you're doing great. Good, 2 more. And then last one. So if your leg that's extended is the one that's on that same side facing me, that's the same elbow that comes down first, okay? Now you're gonna go ahead and bring that other forearm down. Elbow should be underneath the shoulders. We're gonna really bend that leg all the way into the body because that's gonna work a little bit more in the glutes. I want your knee to come down, then foot up toward the ceiling. Knee down, foot up toward the ceiling. Good. So abs are working here to draw your belly in and up from the floor. This feels like the longest side ever. Way worse than the first side. 5 more. Good, but we have to even everything out, right? So we have to keep going. We're gonna finish off with our last 2. And 1, nice. And then from here, I want you to kick that leg out. And this is where your hand, so of the same leg, that's gonna push into the floor. So I'm still on the back forearm, okay? I'm turning to the side because I'm gonna bring that knee in toward my shoulder or toward my elbow and then kick it back. And then I'm gonna bring that knee in and kick it back. So working here, again, through the waistline. My abs are in. And I'm working here. We only have our last 5. You're doing great, come on. 4, we're almost there. 3, good, 2, and 1. Can you hold that leg back straight and flex that foot and just do a little lift up and down, little pulse? Good. I know, you're like, I don't want to hold the leg up anymore, right? We're still doing it though. Good. Stay here, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. And then take it down. We're gonna still work that leg though. We're gonna come onto our side. So this is where my forearm's down. I'm lifted up through my ribs because I'm not gonna sink here. So I'm gonna lift up, my abs are in. Now, I like my hand at my hip. My knees are bent. That way I could work here to lift the knee and lower the knee. So I'm staying on that side. I'm not moving anything else. But if I want to make this more of a challenge, I can always come up. I do like my side planks. I know when I lift the hip, I like to do it. So if you like the side plank option, go for it, especially because we've been working the legs a lot. So this might be your moment to get a little more side planking in, just in case, right? Okay, one more. Now, knee lines up with the other knee, entire leg comes up and down, right? So keep that bent knee, but we're just gonna lift and lower. So we are almost there. We have our last 5. Good, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2. Let's keep doing 2s. Okay, last one. You're like, no more 2s. Lower the hips down, good. Okay, top leg is gonna go out. You're gonna lift that leg and lower that leg and lift the leg and lower. Now I like to come down for this, down to my forearm so that I can keep working, but I can release that pressure in my hand or my top arm. So, and that way we can keep the leg working even longer. So if I don't need my top hand, if I'm really stable, my top hand comes behind the head. And I'm able to keep working. That same leg, right? Abs in, belly button to spine. Today is super fun leg day. Way to start our week off right. 5 more. Good. 4. Nice. 3. 2 more. And then lift the leg up to about hip height. So this is where I'm gonna keep my hand back in front of me for support. I'm gonna bring the leg forward, bring it back. Bring the leg forward, bring it back. Bring the leg forward, take it back. Really nice. So I'm trying here really hard to minimize any rocking that would come through my upper body. So I'm using my abs to draw belly button to spine. That's that movement we're working here. I know, good work in the legs. Yes. Took up almost our entire class, right? That's always good. Okay, now after your next one, I want you to take your leg forward, hold it forward, flex the foot, little tiny lift here, little pulse, good. Lifting, we're almost there, yep. We only have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Bend in, and then we get to do that mermaid on the other side. So we're gonna come up, we're gonna press ourselves up. When you come into this, notice the positioning of my feet. So I'm bringing my foot across to the knee, the other foot or the other knee is out. And then I'm gonna work here, I'm gonna turn into a big twist. So I'm gonna turn waist, ribs, and chest to my left or toward my front leg here. And I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna bend the knees, and I'm gonna see if I can come down a little bit. And then I'm gonna arch through the spine and press myself up, opening up the chest. Now from here, I'm gonna stay on that back hand. I'm gonna look back to the side and I'm gonna reach my top arm over. Now, if I have a little bit too much in the shoulder, I'm gonna bend my elbow to lower the shoulder down and reach the top arm over. Now let's go to the other side. So big stretch in that other side. Now, I like to be able to come up a little bit, kind of like a little side plank. So I'm gonna put my hand down, okay? I'm gonna come up to the knees and I'm gonna stretch into that side body. You do not have to come up if that doesn't work for you. We're gonna go ahead and come all the way back down, and then we're gonna come forward for a little bit more planking. Plank fun. Okay, so we're gonna turn to the side. Now that we've fully worked our legs and we don't need to work them anymore, we're gonna keep the hands under the shoulders and we're gonna go ahead and step the feet back. So this is our plank. If you need to stay on the forearms, you can. You can also come down to the knees if this is too much. Staying here, we're gonna take the right knee and take it across to the left elbow. And then step the foot back and do it again. Good. Exhale again. And we have 4 more. How about still 4 more? Okay, 3 more. Just felt like adding a bonus. 2, just in case it wasn't enough for you. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Now, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna come, because I have my knee across to my left side, I'm gonna come onto my right hand, pivot on the back foot, and see if I can balance here and lift up that arm. If that's not working, the knee comes down, okay? If it is working, you're here. If it's still working, you can kick the leg out and pulse the leg up. Isn't that fun? I know I can't hear you, but I know you're enjoying it. Okay, one more. Come back into down dog. Just rest in a nice stretch here. Rest it back. Good. Right leg is going to come up. Stretch it really long and then step the foot forward. So I'm going to step it forward a little bit more to give myself a big lunge. This is a runner's lunge. So my knee is in line with my ankle. My front thigh is about parallel to the floor. My back leg is straight. So I'm going to rise up here. I always like to put my hands to my thigh to lift the chest. And feel that stretch. We're going to come down. Hands are going to come down. I'm going to do my step back to down dog. So right foot steps back, and I'm in my down dog. Breathing here. Good. Then let's go ahead and bend the knees. Come into child's pose. So feet together, knees apart, sit all the way back. So just so you can see me or have fun with a turn, face a different direction, you're gonna face the other side of the room, come into your plank. Hands under shoulders, walk your feet back, hold here. Good. Now from here, we're gonna go ahead, left knee to right elbow. Take it across, take it back, take it across, take it back. Abs in, turn. Good. And last 5 here. 5 more. And 4. And 3. 2 more. Hold your last one, hold it. Now, I'm holding, I'm gonna go into my left hand, pivot to my right foot. My right arm lifts. If this is too much, knee comes down, right? Doesn't have to be too much. If it feels okay, hold it. If it feels okay, extend it. If it feels okay, lift and lift and lift. I know. 2 more. And back to down dog. Take a rest in down dog. Active stretching, right leg or left leg, back up. Exhale, left foot through to your lunge. So big step, good. Back leg stays long. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And then hands can come to the thigh. Lift the chest. Shoulders stay down. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands down. Step back, down dog. Hold here. 1 more breath. Exhale, child's pose. Feet together, knees apart, sit way back. Okay, so from here, hands walk in towards your body. You're gonna bring your hands behind you as your legs come out in front. So my legs are gonna come out, giving myself some room, hopefully. As we're here, legs are way back, or legs are way in front, hands are way back. So my fingers are facing my feet. That way my hands aren't like holding back. Okay, if you need to for your shoulders, you can always adjust your hand position, but usually you want your fingers facing your feet. So when I open my chest, my shoulders come back and I'm really open here. And that's really nice. That's gonna feel good as we're here to hold. But this is kind of our chest opener, and we do want to add a little bit more. So if it feels good, lift the hips. Press the feet forward, lift the hips higher. Hold here. I love a reverse plank, especially when we get to do planks and side planks in the same day, right? So here is where I'm going to kind of tuck my chin in a little bit so that I can bend my elbows and come down and lift. Bend my elbows to come back and lift. So we get to do like a little tricep dip while we're here. I know, it makes it more fun. I know. But if you do not want this option, you do not have to do it, okay? We're gonna do 4 more. Good. 3 more. I know, where's the stretching too? Last one here. Hold up. hips down. Good. Flex your feet. When my feet are flexed, I'm actively working the legs nice and long. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward more. Reaching the feet, or reaching toward the feet here. If we're able to touch hands to toes, great. If we're not, and we are still trying, that's great too, right? So I usually can get to a point and I'm like, it's really hard to stay, right? But it's good to stretch and get that work in. So one more breath here, and then we're gonna go ahead and come back up, bend the knees. So I'm gonna move my feet to one side and I'm gonna come down, facing down, face down on the mat. So I'm still in this direction here, which works when I'm coming forward. My legs are behind me and my head is gonna come down to my hands. So I stack one hand on top of the other, and that way my forehead can rest down on top of it. So I'm holding here. I'm gonna bend my knees in, and then from here, extend the legs, open the legs, and lift. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. Bend the knees, open the feet as I extend the legs, and lift the legs up, right? So you see how my knees come off the mat here? I extend and lift, and I separate the feet, and then I bring it back in and down. Bend the knees, and we lift and extend. Good, now on your next one, what I want you to do is bend your knees. When you extend your legs out and lift, can you lift, keep your hands to your forehead and lift here? So you lift your upper body too, and then come down. Good, and then extend and lift, separating the feet and letting the head lift too and come in. One more time. Lift, come down. Very nice. So once we're down here, we're gonna go ahead and just let the feet come down. Let the hands come down at your side so they're under your shoulders. My elbows are back, and then from here, I'm gonna press my chest up. And then I'm gonna come back to child's pose. Feet together, sit way, way back. Way back on the heels, way back to stretch. Stay for another breath. I always like to do an extra down dog to stretch too, so rock forward to the hands, tuck your toes in behind your knees, and lift your knees up. And we're stretching here. Now, right leg is gonna come up again. Big step with the right foot forward. This is your right leg lunge here, but in this one, I want you to take it a little bit further. So take your back knee down, and then that way you can let yourself open your hips a little bit more. So see how that feels to just open the chest. Take a couple breaths while you're here. We're just gonna take it into a nice twist. So my right foot's down, so my left hand comes to the inside of my right foot. And I'm gonna twist up with that right arm up. So I'm twisting, breathing in here. If you like to pop your back knee up and twist a little further, go ahead. And then let's take it down. I'm gonna keep my back knee up so that I can step back with my right foot to come back to down dog. Breathe in, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward. So big step here. I'm gonna bring it forward a little bit more, then back knee down. All right, so I'm gonna come up and open my chest. This feels more of a stretch, not as much actively working, right? So we're here, we're opening the chest, but we're gonna take right hand to the inside of the left foot. The left arm opens up and we twist to the left, pulling the belly in, feeling that turn through the waist, ribs, and chest. On your next exhale, left hand comes down. So this is where I like to pop my knee up, right? If I'm twisting and I'm popping my knee up this way, then when I come down and come into down dog, I can step back with my left foot and go right into down dog. So it's up to you, whatever feels good. One more breath, then let's go ahead and bend the knees. So one more time, child's pose, feet together, knees apart, sit way back. And then from here, go ahead and walk your hands in And you're gonna sit back on the heels. I'm gonna move my feet to one side so I can sit down and face forward. And so for this, we're gonna take our legs into a cross-legged position. So if you feel like here, you're like, I can't sit that way, and a lot of people feel that. Sometimes when you're sitting, if you can just take one foot in and another foot in, and you don't have to come that far, that's perfect. So wherever you are, we're in a forward fold. Practice forward folding. See if we can walk the hands way out here. Way out to stretch. And then we're gonna come back in, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna work from a stretch into a little bit more, almost like a little cross-leg teaser. Hands behind you, or hands kind of at your hips. We're gonna lift the legs, keep them crossed and lift them up so the shins come about parallel to the floor. Right? See if you can reach your arms. See if you can uncross the legs. Good. See if you can maybe bring the hands behind the legs and stretch, stretch, stretch the legs. And then take them down. We're gonna cross, so if you remember how the legs were crossed, come down, we're gonna switch the cross of the legs. We're gonna come down for our stretch first. Walking it way out in front. And then walking it back in, hands come next to your hips. We're gonna go ahead, keep the chest up, lift the feet. Good, so we're balancing here. See if your arms can reach. See if you can uncross the legs. And then maybe you can help yourself to stretch the legs all the way up. And then take it down. Good, good work. Okay, so I'm gonna take the feet down and we're gonna go back to that cross-legged position, however you were starting here, ending. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in, reach up, interlock your fingers here so you can press the tops of the hands up to the ceiling. Shoulders come back and down, and then just feel that openness here. While you're doing this, the chest seems to want to pop up usually, so what we do is we pull the belly button back toward the spine. Shoulders back and down. One more breath. Exhale, release. Good. One more breath in. Exhale. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me this morning. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.